Kafka high. You feel like a bug.
For a long time now, I've been meaning to talk about David Cronenberg and his genre body horror. And trust me, we'll get to that very soon. I say his genre because he's practically the father of it. Back when I started learning about film, David Cronenberg was my first ever director study. And Naked Lunch, weirdly enough, was the first film of his I watched. So yeah, that's how we're doing this. I'm introducing Cronenberg not through The Fly or Videodrome or Dead Ringers, but through Naked Lunch. Naked Lunch is a wild one. It is grotesque, sure, but not just in the way you expect from Cronenberg. This time, it isn't just the body that mutates, it's also the mind. It's about something deeper, how an artist gets to the edge of creation. It's different, it's messy, it's psychological, and it opens up weirder, far more uncomfortable conversations. Because here, the horror isn't just in the flesh, it's in the language.
Exterminate all rational thought.
In the hallucinations and the guilt that burrows under your skin. It's Cronenberg.
Well, the first thing everybody mentions is that Burroughs shot his wife.
But it's also William S. Burroughs. William S. Burroughs was a writer, a pioneer of the Beat generation, and a man who changed the shape of literature. His novels were wild, experimental, like fever dreams, stitched together by paranoia and language, and his life even stranger. Naked Lunch, one of the most important novels of the 20th century, the novel which was famously unfilmable, came to be through trauma, hallucination, and the rewriting of reality.
I'm hungry for adventure.
The film is like a fever dream remix of the novel, of Burroughs' life, and the act of writing itself.
Guilt is the key, not sin. Guilt re not writing the best that I can. Guilt re not considering everything from every possible angle. Balancing everything.
Cronenberg adds a fictionalized narrative spine. Bill Lee kills his wife in a drug haze and escapes into Interzone.
You got quite a record, Bill. A lot of drugs poured down the old vein.
That's based on real life. But once Bill enters Interzone, the film starts adapting the tone, imagery, and the characters of the book.
He's called Mugwump.
Among other things, 50 mugwumps, a few leaping sex blobs, some typewriter monsters, and 50 centipedes.
Cronenberg also pulls in biographical details and bits from Burroughs' other works like
He
Junkie and
specializes
Queer.
in sexual ambivalence.
Sexual ambulance, did you say?
It's actually very funny what you just said.
Here he doesn't use horror for shock, he uses it for psychological excavation. His collaboration with beat legend Burroughs just makes perfect sense. Both are obsessed with transformation, fractured identities, and worlds that defy logic. It isn't just body horror or psychosexual dread, it's something far messier and more interior. So we're talking about 4 iconic things in Naked Lunch and a little bit of queer. First up, bug powder. Bug powder is Cronenberg's brilliant narrative device.
Shooting up your bug powder.
That captures Burroughs' themes of addiction, control, and surrealism in a single sticky, powdery metaphor. Well, it's not a metaphor, it's a literal roach killer, and they're injecting it like it's some divine juice.
And it's bug powder, for Christ's sake.
In the film, Bill Lee works as an exterminator. The bug powder, literal insecticide they use to kill these big-ass roaches, starts as a job tool but quickly becomes a drug he inhales, injects, and needs. It mirrors Burroughs' real-life addiction. It is the creative fix, the thing that lets him break through reality and enter the hallucination where writing happens. The bug powder sets off the hallucinations, transforming typewriters into talking bugs.
I want you to type a few words into me. Words that I'll dictate to you.
Giving rise to Interzone and so on. It acts as a surreal, fictional stand-in for real-life drugs like heroin, morphine, or even Yage, all of which Burroughs experimented with. Replace it with whatever you need to survive the artistic process.
Thought you were finished with doing weird stuff.
I thought I was too, but I guess I'm not.
But beneath the hallucination, something real is being buried. The William Tell routine isn't just a plot point, it's a rupture, a mythologized moment of real violence that splits Burroughs' life in two. In 1951, William Burroughs accidentally shot and killed his wife, Joan Vollmer, in Mexico City. They called it the William Tell routine.
I guess it's about time for our William Tell routine.
A party trick gone horrifically wrong. Like the William Tell legend, you know, the archer, the apple. Except this time, it wasn't a story. He wrote Naked Lunch in the wake of Joan's death while exiled in Tangier. It's almost surreal how casually it happens, but the weight of it pulls everything inward.
It wasn't murder, it was an accident.
There are no accidents.
His drug addiction, sexuality, and deep guilt ran through all his work. Burroughs later wrote, I am forced to the appalling conclusion that I would never have become a writer but for Joan's death. What do you even do with that? The violence that launches your art, the guilt you have to carry just to speak.
I can't write without her.
The deal you never consciously made, but that shapes everything that comes after. Naked Lunch doesn't show this moment directly, it can't, but it circles it like a vortex. So after the whole William Tell routine, after Joan dies, we're not really in the same film anymore. Suddenly we're in Interzone, a morphing space where the internal and the external collapse.
Your ticket to Interzone.
The space between memory and invention, part political noir, part drug trip, part writer's block nightmare. In Naked Lunch, Interzone is a city Bill flees to after shooting Joan. Interzone is kind of based on Tangier, where Burroughs actually lived. He was deep into addiction and he was writing like a man possessed. Naked Lunch was written in fragments during that time, and Cronenberg sort of takes that chaotic energy and turns it into a city. It is a fugitive zone between guilt and recovery, between fiction and autobiography.
If we fix the typing machine, we also fix the life.
So the first time I watched Naked Lunch, I didn't understand everything, but I kind of felt it. I felt the confusion, the shame, the drug-induced dislocation.
This is all happening telepathically.
On a recent rewatch, there's a moment where Bill says,
Queer.
He pauses, he enunciates it. That's when it hit me, Luca Guadagnino's Queer, the one that just came out.
Been in our family for generations.
It all started to piece together.
The Lees have always been perverts.
A curse. Been in our family for generations. The Lees have always been perverts.
Both films are orbiting the same internal wound, the same man, the same unspeakable act that shaped everything he wrote. In Queer, you feel this unbearable desire crawling under the surface, this ache that can't quite be said out loud. In Naked Lunch, that desire gets knotted up by roach powder. Now it's time for centipedes. In both Naked Lunch and Queer, the centipede is a symbol of what to try to bury. It is more than a creature, it is a shadow self, a guide towards honesty, grief, and creation. It's not something you can write directly about. It has to slither through metaphor, dream, and hallucination. In Queer, it's desire. In Naked Lunch, it's guilt. When the typewriter says,
Your wife is not really your wife.
It's not just bizarre, it's disturbing.
You must kill her. Kill Joan Lee.
Because it reframes her as the thing Bill can't face, the memory of killing her.
Joan was a centipede.
The centipede is Joan. Joan is in trauma. The trauma becomes a drug. So what Bill is really addicted to is avoidance. He turns his guilt into metaphor. He rewrites her into something monstrous.
Write something.
Something he can use, transform, and forget.
But I guess it's about time for a William Tell routine.
And as he wrote, lifelong struggle in which I had no other choice except to write my way out. That's what the centipede is, a crawling reminder of what you refuse to confront. It's not just horror, it's a shadow self. It lingers beneath language, and that's what Naked Lunch leaves you with. Not a clean resolution, not a cure, just a mark that won't go away. Like Burroughs said. So go finish that paper, write that book, make that film, sit with the sting and let it crawl. But before you disappear into your own interzone, hit like if the video resonated with you, subscribe for more essays like this, and share it with someone who knows what it means to carry a mark inside. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.